Well, hey, G Holla, G dot Holla.
Girl, Ge Holla. Charlamagne the God here, man. Salute to you. Okay.
Shout out to Ge Holla, reaching 1 million listeners on his podcast.
Hey, a shout out to Ge Holla.
All y'all said entertainer, shout out my guy Ge Holla of My Celebrity Life podcast.
It's your girl Cynthia Bailey from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm sending a shout out to Ge Holla.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I always ask people, and I know the answer. I'm gonna ask you because I know you know the answer. If a white person is born in Africa and they come and get citizenship in America, does that make them African American?
No. No.
And that answer is so correct. Because you didn't belong in Africa anyway.
Yeah, no, like that. And plus, it depends also where you're born, right? Like we would say if you're born in Nigeria, you're Nigerian American. So, but yeah, that in that situation, no. We have a thing in Lingala, back home in the Congo, where there's an election coming up in 2 years. And like people running for president have to be du père ou du mère. You have to have an African mother and an African father.
Good.
It's like a running joke now back home.
No, that's good. You know what? Because you know, in America, they did the same thing. It's called like Jim Crow laws, or they call them the Negro laws. They kept certain people from owning land and
Right.
owning businesses if they wasn't grandfathered in.
Right.
So that's good. Africa is taking their country back.
Yes, we're working on it. Really hard, actually.
That's good. And you know, the Congolese got great history. You know, a lot of times people always talk about Kemet in Egypt, but the Congolese Empire was also another major empire that's not spoken of.
Yeah, it's not something that's spoken about here in the States, but if you go to school in Europe, they learn about the Congo Kingdom. Other Africans know about the Congo Kingdom. It was a powerhouse. So it's a shame that here in America, you're not taught about the Congo Kingdom because most people that came to America, slaves, were from the Congo Kingdom. So those are your relatives, not, Ghana. It's mostly Congolese. And the Congo Kingdom consisted of current day Congo and Angola. So it's quite a disjustice. And I think maybe it wasn't taught because they don't want that connection between people that are here in America and their ancestors in the Congo.
You're absolutely right, they don't, because when you start asking the right questions, start getting the right answers.
Exactly.
And those answers can be liberating.
Right.
It can be helpful too. And then you can reach back into your history, your lineage, and you start connecting, you start building those bridges back. And then, you're no longer a slave, so to speak.
Right. And if you're building those bridges back and connecting, it's such a powerful connection. Not everybody wants that. So
not if you on top of everyone else. If you're controlling them with the jobs and the monies and things like that. So I would agree. So tell me how to pronounce your name before I introduce you onto the show.
My name's Adolphine. So the second O is silent. Adolphine Lukabu Shili.
Adolphine. I'm gonna mess the rest of it up. I'm not gonna lie. So I got the Adolphine. I got that fun. I might need for you to hold my hand on the rest of it.
All right, we'll work on it. You're lucky I didn't give you my tribal name. Then you'll really have a problem. But we won't.
Hold on. What's the tribal name? You want me to try that?
Well, it's Adolphine Bunga Lukabu, and I'm a princess, so it's Princess de Chibata.
Oh, so you are the real love coming to America for real. You like that? The newer version. I see.
The modern version. The modern version. What?
The modern. Okay. All right, I'm gonna introduce you. Then I'm gonna come on camera with you. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in on My Celebrity Life. I'm Ge Holla. We are hosting our show on Roku TV and also Amazon Fire. We have reached 500,000 streams, and right now we have brought to you all a beautiful gift this afternoon, this interview, and you're looking at a real life queen, melanin queen. It's about time that we start seeing these things and our understanding in our minds, and to know that we're looking at something so ancient, but yet something so modern, the royal Black lineage that we have all been deprived of, no matter what continent or country or culture that you hail from. Just know that these are your people, and we are all one, and we are all connected along our beautiful rainbow of melanin. All right, so I'm not going to mess up her name because I know I'm going to tear it.
Adolphine.
Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adolphine Lukabushili.
Thank you so much for that, So let's just jump into your story because I know I don't have much time with you. Where are you from originally? Can you let the people know?
So I am originally from the Congo, current day Democratic Republic of Congo. There's two of them. And my tribal lineation is Luba. I'm a Luba, people of the Lubas.
Wait, now that you say of the Lubas, I see where they probably got Oompa Loompas from. Because, they be stealing everything and putting it in these movies.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so? You don't think they stole that?
The Lubas were artisans. So if you go to the Mets and you see a lot of the African arts, a lot of them are made by the Lubas. We were artists.
Ah, are the Lubas very tall people? Because I know, like, traditionally Ethiopians are rather tall people.
Well, I'm short for my family. Most of my cousins and aunts are 6 foot. I'm 5'9", and I'm a woman. So, yeah, it depends. We're not Sudanese where we're all 7'2", but we're not short either.
we just dispelling some myths this afternoon, this evening, right now. We want to educate the people and enlighten them so they can get an understanding. Because in the Americas, we don't know much about our brothers and our sisters over in Africa. So thank you so much for sharing this knowledge with us, because it's given us a deeper understanding. Can you also tell me, what is it like to be a princess? Because we got another myth where we think everyone is walking around with golden crowns and jewels and things of that nature. What does that mean to be a princess from where you come from?
Okay, so I'm Princess de Chibata, and I have that title because pre-1884, which was when in Germany they split the tribes and countries, my family were the chiefs of our village. And my great-great-great-grandmother, in my culture, we are a maternal tribe on my side. And so I am named after my grandmother. And that's how I have that title, because it gets passed down from one generation to the other. So we're not the British monarchy. We don't walk around with crowns. You do have certain regalia that you wear for certain events, but it's more of a title that you earn because of your family and your family history.
So like the rites of passage, so to speak, when you get to a certain age.
Exactly. It's your rite of passage. In my tribe, at 5, you have a naming ceremony. You understand your complete name, right? So I have 12 names. So I understand where those names come from. And through my names, I know my family history. I can give you a family tree because of my name. So that's why your name is so important. And that's why here, when people came over here, you lost your name, right? It's because they would give you a direct connection to where you came from.
Yeah, and that's true. And also, we was already over here too. They just try to
exactly. Yes, already.
And then through because there were certain the part where I'm at in Georgia, you got South Carolina, you got Florida, you got Tennessee, Alabama. To them, they were calling the natives here, they was calling them the Creeks. They put all of them under one umbrella, because when they attacked them and they got others to attack them, we began to merge with each other in order to fight them off. So you're right. We lost like our individuality, but we gained our brotherhood and sisterhood by joining together too as well. So that makes
And I've been learning so much. I met this lady who followed my business. Her name is Isis, and she's a priestess. And she's been teaching me about the gulas. And she traced her heritage back to Congo, the other Congo, Republic of Congo, the ROC, Brazzaville. And once things calms down, we will help her do a trip back to Brazzaville and meet other priests and priestesses there, because she believes in our traditional religion and cultures and our ancestors. And it's been really interesting to see the connection, because they have their own language, right? And you're like, oh, that's a Bantu word. It's not Lingala, it's not Chiluba, but it's a Bantu word. I understand where you're going with that. So it's been really cool to learn from her about the gulas.
You are really sharp. I've met a few brothers and sisters from the motherland, and they spoke multiple languages, and they spoke it with ease because it was like they were surrounded around so many different types of tribes and cultures, so they learned quite frequently, like growing up. Is that the same way for you? Did you learn different languages?
Yeah, I speak 6 languages, and I mix it up. So, like when I'm on the phone with my cousins, I'll start off in English, then I'll add some French, then I'll say Lingala, and I'll tell a joke in Chiluba, add Swahili. So it's like no one knows what's going on. We're all like cracking up and laughing. So yeah, it's just what you're used to. And if you're introduced to that early on and you have the ear, because certain words I only know in Lingala, and I've been in the States for over 30 years, and I still get stumped. I'm like, because there's no translation. It gets lost in translation. And plus, like, African languages are just so much more fun and colorful and more like entertaining. It's just, English is boring. Like, you don't laugh enough. There's not enough color. It's very quiet and proper. Like in Lingala, you'd be like, hey, nalubia, tu saboye. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. So, you lose the je ne sais quoi, the ambiance.
That sounds so good. I don't know what you said. You could have been like, ooh, you talking about me, guys. I know a princess. I know a real princess, okay?
Oh my God, you're too much. I love it.
You got to deal with it. But look, we speak Ebonics because something in our soul, we don't call it Ebonics, but they call it Ebonics. It's something in our soul that knows that this English language is a bastardized language. Even in Europe, they refer to it when when American Old English first came about. The people in the UK, they were like, this is a bastardized language. This language is trash. Why are you speaking that? And this is found in history,
But now it's the language for business. So it is quite a benefit to be able to speak English, American English. So
that is true too.
Right. You got to make it work. Gotta make it work for you.
No, speaking of making it work for you and doing business, we know that you are a CEO and a fashion boss. Oh, excuse me, boss. Boss. Let me say like I'm from New York. Boss. Get on your boss. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta respect the New York, okay? Like there's a certain respect level that I expect as a princess, and there's a certain respect level that I expect as a New Yorker. So let's just get that correct. Voila. C'est comme ça.
Well, look at Princess. You in my house today, okay? Go sit on down. We from the South, okay?
That's funny.
Okay.
So I do have my own business. It's called Adolphine, and we make accessories, jewelry, home decor items, and some limited edition clothing.
Okay. Now, when we say luxury African brand, because a lot of times in Americas, many of us that's from urban areas, we always are gravitating towards other cultures, products and services like the G's and the D's and whatever else. Because we're talking about you right now. how should we connect with this brand? Because not only is it from the Mother Earth, the princess herself, it's good for our nature. It feels good when we put it on. Tell us about that.
So first of all, there is such a thing as African luxury, and we need to get that out of there. I think the expectation level is because it's made in Africa, that is trash. And that usually comes from our own people. And I can't tell you how frustrating that is, and how the expectation that it should just be cheap, you should be happy that I buy it, is wrong. Second of all, Africans, we have such a rich history, and we've been artists and making these beautiful items for so long. For instance, in England right now, they're returning the Benin bronzes. Those statues, do you know how hard people had to fight to get those statues back? That people said, we weren't artists, we're barbarians. Like, oh, we'll lend you what we stole because, or you guys don't know how to handle it. So these things are things we've been making for a very long time, like the Cuba pillows in the background. There's Cubas in museums hanging up. My Cuba is made with permission from the Cuba chief by Cuba artisans. So these are real things, and they're real art. And we have to look at luxury and art as different things. It can't just be Louis Vuitton and Chanel. African items and African designers are luxury as well, and that needs to be respected. So there needs to be that. In French, you call it changement de mentalité, change of thinking, and not just thinking because something's made in Africa that is not quality. Also, we work with our artisans on the word is called finition, how to make the products better, cleaner, and nicer. So by the time you have access to it, they've worked on it, they've done everything they can. It's handmade. Somebody's sitting there making you a product. And so there should be an appreciation for the slow, meticulous process of something beautiful being made for you from someone back home.
Absolutely, I agree. They use a lot of our symbols that they call sigils anyway. They use a lot of our patterns too as well. And what I found and discovered through my own journey in the tomb of Tutankhamun that they call Tut, they found the very first bust for doing like runways and putting clothes on to actually design the clothing of it. And you're right, we are the mothers and the fathers of civilizations, and we have been pushed into the back seat because we don't know who we are. And thanks to the gods, whatever God, it doesn't matter, whichever name or whichever culture, that we have people like you. And I'm just looking at your name. In America, as you know, you in New York, Adolphine, you got dope in your name. Like, you're really truly a dope. Dopamine that we need. You feel me?
I like that. I'm gonna.
You feel me? That's you. You getting
I'm
us.
gonna plagiarize that. I'm really good. It's in my name. Like, what more do you need?
Free. You can have it if you need to use it. You know what I'm saying? You invited to the barbecue. Don't worry.
That's funny. I do love to get invited to everything. So make sure you include me.
Got a chair for you. We'll pull up a little throne. It ain't gonna be what you're used to, but we in the hood, so.
What? I'm from New York. You don't think I'm used to everything. I can hang out in America. I can hang out in Kinshasa. I can hang out with the Maasai. I can hang out in Paris. I can roll with everybody. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
The people's princess. That's
exactly. Forget Diana. C'est moi.
Oh, God, I don't even know what you said. It sounds good. Où parlez-vous, mon chéri?
Mon chéri, oui, oui.
Elle chocolatey.
Oh, gosh, I can't.
Yes, you can. You just got a few more minutes, okay? I promise you, when it's over, you'll think about it. You'll be like, I enjoyed it. It's pretty cool.
No, I'm already thinking that. Don't worry.
Thank you so much. What's up with the handbags and stuff like that? Because we need to get these handbags out there, and we got to really let the ladies start carrying them because it's time. We come into this conscious reality where we're realizing that even in the Americas, that there's so much stuff, so much oppression still against us, and we're trying to support the people that look like us, no matter where you come from. So how did the ladies get control of the handbag, the clothing, and the decor? Let us know. Where is it at?
So they go on their website. It's adolphine.com, ADOLOPHINE. That's also our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest handle. And you order. If something is sold out, because these are handmade and it takes time, right? I know we live in the Amazon world and people want things in 2 seconds. We're Africans, we're doing things by hand, and we're doing it properly. So if something's sold out, send it to pre-orders at adolphine.com. We will get you a bag. We will contact you and let you know when it'll be here. And you'll have a beautiful piece made by somebody in Africa just for you. That's how we do it.
That sounds so good. I
think it's a great proposition, especially for clothing. If you go to Zara, the sizes are just so vast. You can get a custom-made dress suit from Africa, right? Looking fabulous, that's suited for your size. You can't really beat that. That's luxury. That's custom. A custom size is luxury. But because it's African print, people are like, oh, well, I'd rather get Versace. No. Get both.
Why not? That's what I say.
Right,
But
get both.
Get yours twice. For me, I'm gonna get yours twice before I get theirs. I'll be honest with you. Keep it real.
Right. Just because you like one thing doesn't mean the other needs to be pushed down or talked bad about or not be included, right? You can love, if you are a Dior addict, I get it, bravo. But that doesn't mean you dissuade or you badmouth the other brands, right? Especially a brand that has such a strong connection to the continent. And I'm not sure but we also have a nonprofit, and our profits from our business supports our nonprofit. Our nonprofit is called Les Amis de Mulunda and Georgette, Friends of Mulunda and Georgette. Mulunda is my sister that passed away. Georgette's my mom's name that passed away also, and my daughter's name. She's named after my mother, because we're African. She has my mother's complete name. And we support 3 orphanages in Kinshasa. We support an old person home, which is not something you usually find in Africa, but more and more people are leaving to go to Europe and America to work. And then we have a farm where women are able to plant items, and they're able to use it to feed their families and sell on the markets. So not only are you buying a beautiful piece made in Africa, you're also helping people move the ball forward and have a better quality of life. Instead of their 15th chateau in, Montmartre.
Sounds good. And I love that about you. I'm glad that you are here for the people. I hope the people, no, there ain't no hope. The people will be for you too as well, because you have such a divine and such a super cool, super relatable, down to earth vibe to you. And you deserve all the good things, all of the blessings, all of the wonderful lessons, all of the finances to come to you. And may you also forever reign forever, even outside of the scope of the body. May your legacy that you plant firmly into the ground today, may you be remembered like thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands years later, because we need to see someone that looks just like you to get an understanding that we can also do anything in the world if we put our minds to it. And you are the embodiment of that. And I appreciate meeting you today, because you really, truly are a dopamine that we need.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This was so fun. You were so knowledgeable. And I really appreciate the time and letting me tell your viewers and listeners about our business and my artisans. And so they should email us, follow us, join us, support us, encourage us, because it's not easy. It's really not easy to do this and to do this business. So it's nice when you have other people supporting you and cheering you on.
Absolutely. I will cheer you on forever. A couple more things before I let you go. I only got like a few more minutes, and I don't want to hold you too much longer. The name of the show is called My Celebrity Life, and I am Ge Holla. If you could give us a drop, just basically say, your name and that you're on My Celebrity Life with Ge Holla. That's it. Real simple.
Do you want me to say it in English only?
Say it in all languages that you want to say it in. I'm trying to get everybody down. Come on, princess. Tell me.
This is Adolphine, and I'm on My Celebrity Life with Ge Holla. Ça c'est Adolphine. Je suis sur My Celebrity Life avec Ge Holla. Eza mutunayo Adolphine. Naza na My Celebrity Life na Ge Holla. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, these are divine numbers. I appreciate it. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to talk to the people about? Because I got like 2 minutes with you left that I may have missed.
No, it's just, to follow us, support us, comments, all that stuff is important, in this social media life. And spread the love, spread the story. We're a small business and we're trying to grow. And their support really does help people back home because they're able to continue to work and do business and support themselves. And it really does take a village, and we're all part of this larger village. So let's all think about how we use our money, how we spend it, and what the benefit is and who is benefiting from that, and help my peoples and your peoples do better.
Very well said. With that being said, we're going to close it out, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at the real live princess, man. Y'all make sure y'all take a picture, download it. It'll definitely last longer of all this melanated greatness. Thank you for being on the show today. And
Thank you, Ge Holla. Merci.
Holla, holla.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.